if you actually click into the National Admins Network here, you can see this is a full community, so that if you are an admin across any of the state CBs or LNGs, you have access to this page here. One thing that they've done is they've set up this whole button or area where you can actually click on Create an Event. And they have a couple of different options here. So it's going to show you how to run registration reports. It's going to show you how to set up your overview or detail setup. And then you can see here, coming soon on marketing pages and registration. So this is a whole area where you can use at your disposal to get resources about how to set up your event on the tool set here. The other thing that this window will show you is it's going to list out any state networks or LNGs that you have access to create an event for. So the first place probably to come if you're going to set up a new event is to this page here, and then you can determine which group you're setting up an event for. So today I'm just going to go ahead and click on California as if I'm setting up an event for them. The next window that you're going to see here is basically a window that's going to show you any events that are going on that you've set up, or it's going to allow you to look at any archived events. But to add a new event, it's very simple. Just click the Add button here. Next, you'll be asked basic information about your event. So we're just going to call this one Events Training. And then it will ask you for an event short name. Now, I usually just copy and paste the event name into the event short name, but you can have them be separate names if you want to. The main reason that we allow you to create an event short name is for reporting purposes. Some of the different reports will show a short name rather than the full name there. You'll also be able to select the event time zone. The big thing about time zone is that you want to put this event in the time zone of where the event is being located. Now, most of you, if you're in your state or your local networking, you're always going to have those little meetups in your similar area. But if you are one of the state networks that kind of cross states, you know, Virginia going into D.C. or whatnot, if you're in a state that's going into a different time zone, you'll just want to know what time zone the event is in. One of the benefits of the time zone feature on the tool set here is that we actually convert all meetings and events into the time zone of the specific user. So if you have somebody that's living in California right now and they're thinking about moving to D.C. and they might want to come to one of your events, if they click on over to your D.C. page, they can very easily see what time that event is actually going on in their specific time zone, in case it's a webinar or something like that of where it's over the phone. The other thing that you're going to see here is week ending day for reports. So you can select, do you want your week to end on a Sunday or a Saturday? That's completely up to you, and it just determines how some of the registration reports are run and some of the other reports like that. Once you have this all filled out, you'll just go ahead and click the OK button, and you'll be taken to the next window here. Now, up at the top of this window, it's going to show you a summary or the overview that you just filled out about your event. And then it's going to show you some more details down here at the bottom. So the next step in the process is to fill out these event details. So you'll see a couple checkboxes up here at the top, event information visible. One of the benefits of using our event tools is that you can continue to set up and work on your event without actually making it visible. So again, if you're working with a couple of different people on the tool set and you guys all need access to the event, you can very easily come in here and edit it at any time, and also be able to not make that information visible to all of your members. You can determine if you're going to restrict it to members of just the owning group. So if I'm in California, my owning group is considered California. If I'm going to restrict it to just those members, then only members in California can see it. One thing with the way that your site is set up is that most everything is public. Again, meaning that if I'm in California and I'm going to move to another state, I might actually want to be able to see what that other state is doing. So we actually just recommend that you set everything up as public and you don't restrict any access to anyone. So I would just leave that box unchecked. Now you see here, make marketing pages available on external websites. Each of you have your own specific state pages that are available externally. If this event is open to non-members or non-website members for AADE, you can make all of those marketing pages available to them as well so that they can see the information about the event and actually register for the event. So that's just up to you whether or not you want to make it open to anyone or just the members of the event. You'll then see here an option, well, you'll see the option for open registration. The system will actually block you so that you can't open registration until all things have been completed. So if you ever have questions, hey, is my event actually set up? Come over here and click on the open registration just to see. If you can't open registration, then your event isn't complete yet. You then see an option here for allow attendees to find other attendees. So do you want registered attendees to be able to see other attendees, or is that information strictly for you only? Then you'll select your starting date for the event. So we'll just go ahead and say that this event is going to take place on the 29th, and it's going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then you select your ending date for the event. So we'll say that this event is going to be over on Saturday, so it's just a short event here, a couple of 2 days. Then you'll have a short description about your event. So we'll just type in something here. This is an events training. And this window really is the window that you'll need all of that marketing information about your event. Whatever information you fill out on this page, it will automatically be pre-populated into those marketing pages for you. So remember those pages I showed you at the beginning? All of that information is pulled directly from this details page. So this is when you'll want to have all of that information available. You'll then have update notifications. You can actually notify people if any sessions are updated, if you have any session comments, if you have a blog article related and you have any blog articles, or if you have a Twitter feed. Since most of you are running smaller events, you might not want to enable notifications. Again, this is really great if your conference has 5,000 to 6,000 people and there's a lot of different people to manage. If it's just a smaller event, you might not want to turn on these notifications at all. Then you have a date box here. This is different than your starting date and ending date. This just really means for text or informational purposes. So I might just say here, Friday and Saturday. Again, then you'll see hotel information here. If you have hotel information, you can enter it there. You can use any of these formatting icons to actually format what you're typing in here. So you would just type in any of your information. If you wanted to bold it, italicize. If you had a picture of the hotel that you're staying at and you wanted to actually insert that there, you could as well. Then you might enter a short location. So, hey, this one might be in Gilbert, Arizona. And then any detailed location is if you're going to provide instructions on maybe how to get to the location, or any specific notes about the location. If they need a special gate code or anything like that, you can enter that into the detailed location here. Also, then you'll see here registration information. This is a box usually used for how much it's going to cost, what they need to do to register, other information that they might need for picking up a badge, or if they need to bring a notepad with notepaper, any sort of that information that you want to get across to people. You also see a box here for general details. Again, notes about the conference. If they need to specify any meal requirements, make sure to note that. Any sort of general details that you have about your event. You also see an option here for speaker information. So if you have a speaker coming in that's really highly valued in your community and you want to get that out there, again, you might have a headshot or a bio of this person. You can enter that information here. The big one down here that I want to note for you guys, because I know that you have this available to you, is what we call PDU or CEU information. So if your event is eligible for those continuing education credits, this is the box that you're going to put in any of that type of information. Again, it's just a description box. It's just text-based only. There's no sort of link. If you click this, you're automatically getting the credit. It's just how the member will go about getting those credits for your specific event. You'll also see down here PDU or CEU label. In our system, we have professional development units or the continuing education credits, but you might call them something completely different for you at your conference or within AADE. You just want to make sure to note that as the label. So whatever you actually call them, you'll put that into that label field here. Then lastly, you'll see header image. If you have a header image for your event, let's say you have a logo or something going on, I just want to jump back over to the other event that we had here so I can show you what the header image looks like. Okay. So if I cancel this and I go back to their main event here, I go back into the event just so I can show you those different marketing pages here. This is what we consider the header image. So again, if you have a logo or an image specific to your event, if you place it as a header image, it will appear on every single one of your marketing pages. So if you do have something like that for your event, you'll want to make sure to upload it here as a header image, and you basically just select Update File and find it on your computer. Once you have all of this event detail information filled out, just go ahead and click the OK button. And you'll now see that all of that information is available on the details page.